Hey guys, it's Beej here from Complete Developer Podcast, or if you are my professor, BJ Burns, doing assignment 3 this week. Um, Sorry, I haven't had time to adjust my headphones yet. Yeah, it's been a crazy weekend. My birthday is tomorrow, and so my girlfriend threw a surprise birthday party for me Saturday, which is when I normally do my homework. And so it's been a bit wild. I tried to get as much done as I could Friday and then finished up tonight after the Super Bowl, which I really didn't care who won, but I don't know, I'm kind of glad to see the Chiefs win. I have friends that are Chiefs fans, so that's cool. All right, so first problem that we had assigned is print distinct numbers. Basically, write a program, reads in 10 numbers, displays how many, or displays just the unique numbers or the distinct ones. If a number is in there multiple times, then it only displays it once. So here we go. We're declaring and instantiating our variables here. Basically, just loop through and read in the 10 numbers. As I'm reading it in, I check that it is. I have a numbers array. I check that. Find the index here. Doing a find and a distance. Kind of interesting the way that works because it actually finds the memory location and then you look for the distance from the beginning of the array. It's really cool. I'm kind of tired and I'm trying to keep this short, so I won't go into too much detail. But basically, I loop through that. I check if the index is in there, if it, if the number is in there. If it's there, I don't put it in there. If it is, I do, and I keep track of how many numbers go into that array. The maximum, obviously, being 10 because we're entering 10 numbers. So you could technically enter 10 distinct numbers. Um, Then coming down here, I output all the unique ones, so the ones that made it into that array. So let's go through and see how this works. Yeah, it looks nice when that pops up. So we'll just do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Uh, So, moving to our next one. Count digits. Set that as a startup project. So this counts single digits. Basically generates 100 random integers between 0 and 9 and then displays the count for each one. So walking through this, we have our variables here. I have a counts array of 0. Basically, I'm just using the index on the array for the actual integer it's counting. So the 0 index is going to track the count of zeros. The 9 index is going to count the track of nines. Pretty straightforward. Um, then all I have to do at that point is first I instantiate the array so it's all zeros. Then I go through here and I loop through 100 times, pull in a random integer. Then whatever that integer is, I put that as my index on the array and I add one to it. Pretty cool. Then just loop through it and print that off. So I'm just going to hit go and boom, there you go. Uh, Always seem to get a lot of eights. The even numbers tend to be a little bit more than the odd numbers, uh, except for one here. That's a little bit odd, but odd. Y'all, I am tired. No joke. It has been a long, long weekend. All right. So going on to our next one, set it as a startup project. So the third problem is sort students. This is write a program that prompts the user to enter a number of students, so how many students are in a class, for example, then the student name and their test scores. Uh, Another pretty straightforward one. Declare variables. We have an array for the scores, array for the student names. Um, Honestly, I played around with vectors here, and I thought about getting into tuples with the student name and the scores, and I realized I'm not sure if like we've learned about tuples yet in the class officially. So I thought I'd just go pretty simple with it. All right, so enter the number of students. We instantiate our arrays based on the number of students that are entered. We come down here and we get our student names and grades. So we just enter student name, student grade. And as you can see right here, there is a spot. I will remove that from the code I submit, but that was a little error checking there. I do use better names than that in most places. I told y'all I was tired. I forgot to take that out. Then we do a bubble sort. Yay, bubbles. Check out our episode on sorting. We talk about why bubble sorting is extremely inefficient. And there are better sorts out there, but this is one of the easiest ones to write. Just loop through it and compare the two values. And move through the array, comparing those, and then come down here and display it. Alright, so we're going to do 3 students. Put myself in there. You know what? I'm going to give myself a 100. I deserve that. Let's see. How about we put Will in here? And you know what? Will worked hard, but not quite as hard, so we'll give him a 93. And how about we put my girlfriend Amanda in here? And she does a good job, but programming just isn't her thing, so we'll give her an 88. And there we go. We sorted those, and I kind of put them in reverse order, so it definitely shows that they've been sorted there. All right. So 8 queens. This is the 8 queens puzzle. Basically, you've got a chessboard and you want to put 8 queens on the board so that no 2 queens can attack each other. So they can't be on the same row, the same column, or the same diagonal. It's a fun challenge. If you can see here, I tried writing this out. I'll show you what I was working on. I ran out of time. I tried doing this like the hard way with randomly generated places for the queens. Didn't get far enough into that, so all it said was I had to display a possible solution. It didn't say that the program had to create the solution. So what I did, declaring my variables here, I instantiated a blank board, just putting a space in there. And then I came down here and I grabbed a solution and I just put the solution in there. This is actually from the example in the problem that we were given. And then I output that. So here we go. You guys can see it. Boom. Really cool. That's awesome. This is probably one of the shortest videos I have done for this. I mean, there's only 3, but I'm just trying to get this finished so I can get it uploaded to YouTube and submitted by 11:59, and it is 11:24 right now. It has been a crazy weekend, y'all. I'm hopping off here. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go to bed and get some sleep because I have to go to work in the morning. Y'all have a good night.